Skip it up and that up. So Jason Rubin was on Bonus Round with Jeff Keighley, and he's been getting a ton of flack for what he said about Nintendo. This is what he had to say.
Nintendo's irrelevant as a hardware manufacturer in the console business, right?
You'll get a few tweets about that one. All right, Seamus.
Their own numbers.
Their own numbers.
Look at the financials.
You see, just read their annual report. Damn it.
More Wii's than Wii U's. I mean, it's before the hate mail comes in.
Yes.
I will say that whichever camera is on right now, a worldwide treasure, Nintendo. There is no developer. As a developer, I can say there is no developer that will ever be Miyamoto. It is a crime that we do not play those games on the systems that we have.
Now, his statement about the Wii outselling the Wii U is, well, at least as of VG charts for their November 23rd, 2013 chart, is false. The Wii U sold globally 111,000 units plus, and the Wii sold 85,000 units plus, which, why would you still buy a Wii? Why would you still... That just shows that Nintendo's marketing is absolute shit. I wonder if there's any people out there who bought the Wii thinking that the Wii U gamepad, like, could work with it, because Nintendo's marketing has been so god-awful. Like, 85,000 Wiis globally? Why? Even with the Wii Mini, why? It's a dead console. It's dead. Nintendo's cutting production of it. Don't buy a Wii. But anyway, that's totally off topic. Now look, I'll talk about the Wii U, its lack of horsepower in a second. But again, it goes into the fact there should be people fired at Nintendo. I've talked about this a billion times, but I almost wish that like shareholders would listen to people like Jason Rubin and would hear all the nerdy commentators like me on the internet. Heads need to roll at Nintendo. The marketing at Nintendo needs to totally change. Nintendo had an entire fucking year, a year, to get Wii U's in people's homes. They had a year to advertise it, to let people know they have their quote-unquote, whether you consider it or not, next-gen system out there, and it should be in people's homes. They had a year to convince people. They had a year to say, hey, you could get games like Call of Duty Ghosts and games like New Super Mario World 3D or New Super Mario 3D World on the same console. Didn't do it. Okay, they're advertising, or were advertising, or still are advertising New Super Mario 3D World at the Pottery Barn instead of at Best Buy. Like, they don't know what they're doing. People in the marketing department, leadership needs to go there. Look at, now, could you imagine, someone from Rev 3 Games said it too, if Super Mario 3D World was there at launch for the Wii U. Mark my words, add on 2 million more units. I don't know if it would have sold like hotcakes. That may be an extreme. That may be a bold thing to say, but I guarantee you there would be like, instead of 4.1 million Wii U's globally, there would have been like 6 million or 7 million Wii U's globally. Because that would have been a must-have game. If Nintendo advertised that, did the right advertising, and had Super Mario 3D World at the gate, at the launch of the Wii U, it would have been a totally different animal. They had that system out for a year, and minus Pikmin and the new Super Mario Bros. U, which is just feels like an upscaled version, not a bad game, but feels like an upscaled version of the game that you could get on the Wii and the 3DS and DS. There was nothing out there to convince people to buy a Wii U. And look, I'm going to sound like a broken record again. The Wii U gamepad, it's fine. It's comfortable. It's a really good controller. It's insanely comfortable for how big it is. I can't believe Nintendo found a way to make a gamepad with a giant screen in it be so ergonomic. But you got to keep it real with me. Would you have rather had that gamepad, or would you have rather had Nintendo keep up with the horsepower of their competition? Why didn't they also have a Jaguar 8-core AMD CPU in there? Why didn't they have a GPU equivalent to the 7870? I think I said GPU twice, but whatever. Why didn't they have that horsepower? Nintendo used to be about the horsepower with the SNES and the N64, and even the GameCube. You weren't the most powerful. That was the original Xbox in that generation, but you were pretty damn powerful. Now it's almost like what Yerrick said. They seem like they're afraid to go up toe to toe. Like, they felt like they had to have some kind of gimmick, and you bet on something dumb. You know, I mean, it's not a horrible controller. Like I said, it's ergonomic. It's surprisingly really comfortable. It just wasn't needed. They should have had that. They should have made a more powerful system, put the extra R&D into making a more powerful console, and release the gamepad later on. You know, if someone wants to buy it or if the game comes out, okay, then you buy the gamepad and you use it for that game. Okay, that's what you should have done. The other thing that was a major mistake, and I used to forget about this when talking a while back, is that they are, and I've said this in another video, they're using their RISC architecture for the PowerPC for their CPU, and their two competitors, which are selling way better than they are right now, are using the x86 64-bit architecture like in what's in PCs. So now that all three consoles are released, I have this feeling, the sinking feeling, that third-party support for the Wii U is going to diminish even more, because they would have to rewrite the code for all. So say like some major AAA title, I'm not even think of one right now, comes out for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Do you think they're going to waste the time, especially when third-party games aren't really selling on the Wii U, to rewrite the code so it works with the PowerPC chip and the Wii U, and rewrite the whole entire game? No, they're not going to do it. They're going to ignore that the Wii U exists, even if its install base gets bigger, and just make games for the Xbox One and PS4. So they bet on PowerPC architecture, and that was also a big mistake. So I don't know, man. I mean, I don't think Nintendo, and to all the people out there, I forgot to mention this too, who keep on saying that next year the Wii U will cease to exist. Even people out there who hate Nintendo think that you're idiots. It's not even financially logical for them to do that. Even if in the long run they only sell, like, I think Michael Pachter thinks the whole generation they're only going to sell like 30 million Wii U's. That's still a big enough install base so they can make money off of first-party games, make profit. So why would they, and people keep comparing them to Sega, you have to understand the whole situation with Sega. Sega was, when they released the Dreamcast, okay, they were in financial dire straits. They had three two peripherals, but three bombed systems in a row. I'm going to consider the 32X and Sega CD systems. Okay, they were hurting. They had to lay off staff. They barely got the Dreamcast out there. So when the sales started to nosedive with it, they couldn't afford to prop it up. They couldn't. Nintendo has tons of cash, okay? They could go for a damn long time with the Wii U with sluggish sales. Sega didn't have that luxury. They didn't have the money in the bank to do that. So for everyone who keeps on comparing the Wii U or Nintendo to Sega, their financial situations are totally different. Okay, Sega was choking when they released the Dreamcast. Nintendo is not. So for them, and think about it too, if they stop supporting the Wii U, think about how bad that would hurt their brand all around. People would lose complete faith. Matt, because when you go out and buy a console, okay, I would be pissed at them. I own two Wii U's. When you go out and buy a console, you expect to get at least 5 to 6 years out of the damn system, okay? Imagine Nintendo just magically drops the Wii. They just say, no more Wii U. Here's our next system. That system, that sucks. Just like what Bernie Stoller did with, not the Dreamcast, I can't think of, Sega Saturn. He said the Saturn's not our future. Imagine Nintendo did that. People went out and spent $300, $350 on the Wii U, and a year and a half later, like, that system sucks. Go out and buy this system, or even if they don't release a system, we're going to drop the Wii U. It was a piece of shit. The whole Nintendo brand would be ruined. Even their portable stuff would be like, fuck Nintendo. They maybe go out and spend money, and a year later, the system they made is irrelevant, and they literally just stole $350, $300 out of my pocket. It's not logical. It's stupid. It's more in their financial interest, even if the Wii U keeps lagging, to support it. Come on, man. Think before I even see very smart people who've been in this business forever saying that. Like, think about how Sega's situation, think about Nintendo's, and think about how stupid and how damaging it would be for Nintendo to just drop the Wii U. I mean, come on. So, wow, holy crap, I just went on way longer about what Jason Rubin said about Nintendo and stating my thoughts on Nintendo again. All right, folks, make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for supporting Review Tech USA. Have a good one.